So we are in the salon today, and I'm going to bring you guys along the journey to work with me live as I work on my clients. And then, of course, any of your hair care questions, that kind of thing, I would do my absolute best to assist while I'm working. Now, if you guys are new here, maybe this is your first time on my channel, just know that you've stumbled on one of the most unorthodox yet extremely information. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, go ahead, double the live, double tap that screen, and double tap that screen to let YouTube know how amazing my channel is. And then, of course, all of the products that you guys hear me talking about today are available on our website at elitehaircareusa.com. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So as I said, today's video is all about hair care for the mature woman, which all of my clients are mature. I don't really do the teeny boppers. But with that, comes the what's the difference between when you're more mature when it comes to your hair care versus when we are in our super prime of our like 19s and 20s where nothing else matters, right? But definitely, I get a lot of questions from you guys in regards to, what's best for this, what's best for that. It's so much. And I said, I was going to use today to really talk about it. All right. Let me see what's going on here. So right now, all right, so we are going to start with a relaxer. She also definitely needs a cut in regards to like the nape area, that kind of thing. But we're not going to mess with that until after I relax her. First thing, if you are one who is like me, you love your relaxer. I have nothing to say bad about relaxers. I also have nothing bad to say about natural hair. But, to each his own. Like, I'm just one of those people where I prefer not to be natural. I do believe that natural hair takes a lot of work. You have to have a lot of patience. And the way my mind is set up and the way that I like to change my hair 18 million times, natural hair just does not work for me. Now, is that to say that you can't be natural? Absolutely not. I'm team whatever you want to be, right? I'm team anything you want to do to your hair. I'm all for it as long as the ultimate goal is to make your hair better than it was before, right? And if you can't, do that, or what you're doing is not doing that, then that means that you probably need to have an evaluation of sorts with yourself to determine where you really need to be. Some of you are natural just because it sounds nice to say that you're natural. Some of you are relaxed just because, that's all you've known all your life and you don't know anything else. But, you being relaxed is also not helping your situation with your hair. There's so many different, variables to this. Hence the reason why, I always tell people, do something because it benefits you and only you. I don't listen to other people when it comes on to, what's beneficial for me, unless I'm asking specifically for the advice. But if I'm just asking someone, hey, do you think I should be natural or relaxed? And they say, I think you should be natural because they're natural. Yeah, that's not it. That's not going to be a legitimate reason. Go natural because it's healthier for your hair in respects to what you do to your hair. Go natural because it's beneficial to you and your life, not because this celebrity did it, or not because your homegirl or your cousins did it and now they're pressuring you to do it, because that happens a lot too. All right, so we are applying her relaxer to her hair, and let's talk a little bit about shortcuts and relaxing, okay? Shortcuts require more relaxer than people who have traditionally longer hair. I want you guys to think about this analogy. When men get haircuts, how often do they get a haircut? I want you guys to comment in the chat If your husband, significant other, your son gets a haircut, how often do they get a haircut? Comment to tell me how often they get a haircut. And then I'll tell you guys my reason for asking that question. So someone said every week, once a month, at least weekly or every other. Okay, so you guys are in a good space of understanding why and when your man or your child or significant other gets their haircut. Well, I want you to think of a shortcut on a woman the same way. Okay? Not because they still have a little bit of hair on their head, but remember, the areas that are super short, they grow just like a man's hair grows, and they have to get a haircut every week, 2 weeks, or month, right? Because that hair grows out so quickly that it's out of control and they have to get it cut back down. Now, the only difference with women's hair is because it grows so fast, so does your relaxer, it grows out. So that relaxer is growing out, and only thing that's coming in is the new growth that you are seeing, which is what we would call the naps, right? The naps are coming in, and those naps on a woman, they don't lay down. When your husband or other person or child's hair grows, does their hair lay down? Or do they have to get a haircut to make it appear to be shorter, faded out, whatever? The hair grows, and our hair does not grow and lay itself down. It grows and it sticks straight out. And then we now use exactly what we call it, a relaxer, to make it lay. We are relaxing the actual strand. We're making it lay down and be nice and smooth. So that is the reason why people with short cuts, tradition is the more gravity is going to work with you or against you, right? So if you're relaxed and you have longer hair, it's not going to always appear that you need a relaxer right away. Yes, you can feel it, but you can also straighten it. You can wrap it. It will lay back down temporarily, but it's still nappy-ish, but it's going to have a longer lifespan between relaxers than short hair. When hair is short like this, exactly how you see her hair standing up is exactly what it's going to be doing until it gets relaxed. Now, the benefit, of course, being an elite hair care by Crystal client is I am not one of those people where I believe in over relaxing a client's head. I don't relax my clients or give them high-end services or, more long-term services just because of you, right? Some stylists actually do that. And I know I say that as a joke, but it's real facts, you guys, right? But I also look at my clients and I say, hey, we can relax the sides and the back because that area grows out really fast. But we are going to hold off on relaxing the longer hair because I start treating the longer hair as though you would when it's time for a retouch relaxer. So that is the difference between Crystal and a lot of other stylists, because I actually pay attention to those variables when it comes on to my clients' hair. I don't rush to give out relaxers. I don't rush to do haircuts or anything like that, which I've heard that a lot about myself from people that, oh, you just love to cut people's hair. Well, 99% of the time, they come in with the intention of getting a haircut, and then I scale it back and say, well, we don't have to do as drastic as you wanted us to do. Now, do you need a haircut? Absolutely. But does it need to be a micro pixie? No, you probably just need a little bob. So, people pass judgment because they don't understand. Knowledge is power, which is why you guys have Elite Hair Care USA, right? This is why your girl always is educating you guys so that you are informed, number one, and you can't take it for a fool. You know the difference. You know when a person is just saying something. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about thinning, all right? Because I know some of you are, in your menopause stage. Some of you are dealing with different ailments that cause thinning or breaking, that kind of thing. So some of you are in those different areas and you're experiencing that thinning, or that we can call it female pattern baldness. You can call it alopecia in general. I know a lot of you are experiencing that. So for a situation like that where, it's more the maturity aspect, meaning, you're going through your menopausal state, which is the change of the body, and it affects the hair a lot. a lot of you are really just kind of letting your hair go and not doing your due diligence when it comes on to caring for it, because you're so focused on the big picture of it being menopause and not the big picture of, okay, well, let me give my hair just a little bit more help and pay attention to my hair, go and get a checkup on my hair. Some of you don't even go to your dermatologist, to get your hair checked, get cultures. When you see a problem, you're not trying to be proactive and go and get that problem, diagnosed. Some of you are even more, say, afraid for somebody to tell you that it's alopecia. You just want to tell yourself that you're going to fix this and we're going to move on. So definitely, I am one of those people. I 100% advocate for always, going to see your dermatologist. Now, do I agree with all of their methods of treatment? No, but I am not a dermatologist, right? But I still give, as much information as I can to help you in between that process. And a lot of our products are created based on those factors. That a lot of these issues that you're dealing with, you can utilize some of nature's goodness to help you to, keep those problems at bay, or sometimes even solve those problems. So that's one thing that I always say, especially with Elite Hair Care, with my brand. When it launched, it wasn't all about just, oh, I want some pretty shampoos and conditioners. No, I want my products to actually have a real benefit. They're going to still be pretty, right? But they also need to have real benefit to what you're dealing with in your life when it comes onto your hair. If it doesn't do that, then I've not done my job. Chin down for me, Mama. Hey, Barbados. I can't wait till you get some of our products either. So you guys know that we are in the middle of a rebrand. We're planning the relaunch right now. But our relaunch date is our anniversary, which is 4/20. So you guys get ready for that. I'm actually planning a actual launch party, a real life launch party, that we are thinking of the location for right now. So there's a couple different locations that we've been thinking about. And I also want you guys to comment down below. I'm gonna put out a poll, kind of just give us the idea of, where we should host our launch party. Now, of course, I'm in Florida, but a lot of my business is not, a lot of you guys are not based in Florida. Most of you are based on the East Coast, specifically like the DMV area or the New England states. So that's another reason why, I want my launch to be pretty special. And I want to bring it somewhere that I could have a lot or meet a lot of you at the same time, and really just celebrate the life of Elite Hair Care and how we are refreshing that elite experience and really ramping up who we are and what we offer, and really say niching down to be specific in this industry, that we are the experts in hair care and hair loss and not just pretty product. And no shade to the companies who are more pretty product, but I've always said I need to have a purpose. My vision is always the purpose of my business. What reason? What is it for? Who's it going to help? Why is it going to help them? So I'm specific to that. And then outside of that, I also pay attention to what the market, especially for ethnic hair care, is not giving. So I would love for you guys to pick between these three areas. So for those of you who are on the live, I want you to comment which one of these three places you think having our launch party would be beneficial. So number 1, New York. Number 2, Atlanta. And number 3, somewhere in Texas. Well, and you know what? Number 4, I will include my own state. Can't be biased to my own state. Number 4 is Florida. So 1 is New York, 2, Atlanta, 3, Texas, and 4, New York. And I would love to see what everybody says. So you guys just comment. You know, I'll go back and look at the comments later and see exactly, you know, where everybody's saying. And then we're going to kind of use that to help us make a decision as to, you know, the next steps to this. Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
5 minutes.
5?
Yeah.
Max. Probably don't even need that much time.
Okay.
So Texas, New York is closest to Michigan. Okay. Let's see. Atlanta, New York, Florida. I see a lot, so I'm gonna have to go back through these and kind of tally them up. So the only 4 places I'm considering is the ones that I mentioned. So if you guys could comment one of those locations, that would be great. And then, of course, wherever I'm doing the relaunch, I'll be looking for vendors in that area. I'm going to be kind of specific to like 2 vendors or maybe 3 where you can have a chance to, you know, showcase your business, that kind of thing. So I definitely want to make this a party. Yeah. And of course, for those of you that are not in the area, you will definitely be able to watch the launch party on live. Have a good time with us on live. Whew, it's a lot of work, but it's going to be good. It's going to be good. JK Root, actually, New York is easier for you than Florida. Would you stop by my state and visit me on your pack? Nobody wants to go to Nebraska, baby. Ew. Yeah, I know he's sitting there like, don't be disrespectful, Crystal. All right, I'm gonna have you come to the shampoo bowl. You don't want to go to Nebraska. You know, Nebraska isn't even a state until the other day. I know Pack is like, Crystal, you're so petty. I really am. Real bad. You burning? You burning? Mm-hmm. Are you burning? Mm-hmm. Sit up for 1 second. I need to fix your neck. Sit up for me. Oh, you're in the middle of Canada. Got it. Where is it burning, Mom? Everywhere?
Everywhere.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to go ahead and rinse her. Need to know which one of your products I should buy for detangling my natural hair. So really our products are not specific to detangling. More than likely you need to get a moisturizer that is going to help to hydrate and soften the hair, which will in turn make it easier to detangle. So I would say the Moist Repair collection, that collection has a lot of emollients in it. It's great for people who are, you know, more coarse textured hair, or you know, like the situation like what you're experiencing right now. Pat, can you start doing the block game? Thank you. Star, I see you on there. Thank you, Star. I haven't seen Grace on here. I don't know if Grace's login has always... Grace's login always got some type of issue with it, so I don't even know. Come on back, mama. Oh, thank you. You feel better, mama? Feeling better? Yeah. What product can I buy for thinning hair? For thinning, you can use our Goddess Hair Repair Serum. You can use our Hair Repair Collection. That collection is specific to people who are thinning. Now, if it's an acute situation where it's happening like right now, I would also say to do a protein treatment with our Repair RX protein system. There is almost 106 likes. Look at that. Thank you to everybody who's thumbsing up that screen. For you to do the thumbs up, guys, all you got to do is double tap the screen. I need everybody to double tap your screen at least once, and then you'll be able to see what thumbing up is, how easy it is. Simply double tapping would help us. You know, that tells YouTube that our channel is awesome. Is there a reason for hair shedding during different times of the year? Yes. So, of course, different times of the year are more dry, more humid, a lot of dehydration depending on the climate that you're in or where you're located. That has a lot to do with it as well. There's so many different reasons for thinning and shedding. And also your health at the time. You know, when you have a cold, when you're sick, your hair suffers the most. Bernadette, so I don't actually give out a phone number. If you want to book a consultation, you can go to elitehaircareusa.as.me, and that is where we'll be able to chat about your hair care issues, that kind of thing. So back for me. Now, if you're having a situation where you're not sure what products you need, we actually have a tailored hair care quiz on my website that I literally created to help those of you that, you know, want products, but you're really not sure what products you need for your situation. If you go to our website, which is elitehaircareusa.com, and go to the menu, you will see where it says hair care quiz. And that quiz is going to tell you exactly what products are tailored to the situation that you're dealing with. Carla, for gray hair, you can use our Voila. But you really need moisture when you're dealing with gray hair. Thank you, Star. I'm gray and trying to embrace it, but it has a yellowing. What can I use? So we have our Voila purple toning shampoo. That is awesome for gray hair. Come on back for me. Does slow thyroid affect the growth of your hair? Absolutely. Thyroid issues in general, whether you're hypo or hyper, affects the hair. So you guys know that I just went to a show called The Blocks. Whoever has seen my post about it, where I went to represent Elite Hair Care in one of the world's largest entrepreneur competition game shows. And, that season doesn't air yet, but I want you guys to definitely go and check it out. I'm also in the running for Entrepreneur of Impact, which I'm now in the top 10. So the next goal is to get into the top 5 and then get into the finals. Like it has a lot of things that you have to basically do. And the only way that I can win is with you guys voting. So I do have the link on our YouTube channel for you guys to go and vote for your girl. Please and thank you. And I appreciate everyone in advance for helping me to win this award, because I'm definitely wanting to win the Entrepreneur of Impact. So what comes with this award? Number one, I would get a one-on-one session with Damon from the Shark Tank. That's golden all by itself. Number two, I would win $25,000 for my business. And number 3, I would get a feature in Forbes magazine. Come on back for me. So right now, every time you guys see me post that I need you guys to go vote for me, please do it. Please go every single day. Set a reminder in your calendar to go and just hit that vote button. It is free. Okay? It's free, you guys. And every time I make it into another section, so like first it was top 50. Then it got to top 25. Then it got to top 15. Then it got to top 10. So I've been number 1 thus far, but I can only stay number 1 if you guys keep voting for me. And it really is just a thing of voting and letting the world know that Elite Hair Care and Crystal Williams deserves this award. And it keeps me in that running, because it ultimately ends at the end of March, right? So every time I've advanced into another section, that section goes on for about 6 days. And then the votes start over. So it requires you guys to vote again. Every time I get into another section of the voting, so like the next one will be top 5. Well, if I get into top 5, or it might be top 10. If I get into top 5, then they start the votes over again, and then you guys got to vote again, right? And then that keeps me in the running I need to stay in that number 1 spot, or I'm no longer in the running. Sit up for me, mama. So I've been working really hard. I told myself anything that I said I wanted and anything that I put my mind to, I'm going for it. This is definitely one of them. So I need everybody to just keep voting for me every day. You can only vote once a day, hence the reason why they have you using your Facebook, so that they can validate that, number 1, you're a person, and they also can keep up with the fact that you can only vote 1 time a day. But you guys vote every day, every single day, okay? Every day. I would really love, number 1, that feature in Forbes, and number 2, all 3 prizes. I want the one-on-one session with Damon. I want the $25,000. I want the feature in Forbes. I want all of it. And I can't get that unless you guys are voting for me and really just keeping me in that number 1 spot. So everybody, the voting starts over tomorrow. But today, I need everybody to go vote for me. Okay, the link is actually on my YouTube page in the community section. When you guys see me make that community post, that is where I'm telling you guys to please go vote for me, so your girl can win Entrepreneur of Impact. And I think I really do wholeheartedly that I am an entrepreneur of impact. Like, I have done this single-handedly for many years. And I started this with literally nothing. Like nothing, you guys. And I built it from literally nothing. And I'm still building it. You never see me stop building this brand. So it's definitely important to me. The title is definitely important. All right, so we are putting on a semi-permanent color. Now, another thing that also comes around when you are in the mature era of your hair, right? Some people develop what we call allergies to different types of hair color, specifically those colors that contain PPD, or sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes it's just the developer itself. And then what ends up happening is you can swell up. I've seen people have literal emergencies where they have to go to the emergency room because their head swells, their skin swells, their throat closes. Like, you develop this over time. It's not something that you knew this as a child. No, you could be using the same color for 10 years. And one lonely day you go and get your hair colored and now your head is so itchy. Like, it's an uncontrollable itch is how it starts. Or at that very moment you have an immediate allergic reaction. And that is because your body matured and it developed a allergy to one of the ingredients that is traditionally in not semi, but demi and permanent hair color. So at that point, you can only use semi-permanent hair color. So I've adapted a way of, my clients where they get relaxers, even though I know that they don't have an allergy, I do not run to demi-permanent coloring. Because what I do notice is that it does start to thin over time. A lot of that hair when you're using that demi and then you're relaxing it with that, you're overlapping on top of a activator or a developer, so it still works like you have a permanent color. And then slowly you start thinning. A lot of you don't know why you're thinning, and that could also be a big contributor of it. What type of hair color are you using? Are you using permanent color from the box? Meaning you go into one of the big box stores and you buy hair color in a box. Well, that's not semi-permanent hair color. That is permanent color. Most times that hair color has 10 volume in there, but it doesn't say that. It just tells you that it has long-lasting effects and, oh, your color is going to last 10 times longer. You know why? Because it's a permanent color. Most hair color in a box is a permanent color. Unless it says semi-permanent, and more than likely it's not going to be in a box. So just be mindful that, some of the problems that you're having can be just the little things that you're doing, like hair color. My mom is one of those people where she cannot do any form of hair color outside of a semi-permanent, like what I'm doing right now. She cannot do anything else. Thank you. How do you dye my hair a honey brown or honey blonde without it turning green? Well, sounds to me like you're going lighter. Are you going lighter? Because if you're going lighter, then of course it's going to go backwards. And I always don't suggest, if you're doing anything that requires like a lightener or anything like that, I would suggest going to a hairstylist because they're going to understand what tools are needed for you to not turn green. Thank you to everybody who just voted. I appreciate you. I think all the votes today are 2 times the amount. So if you vote today, you get 2 votes instead of 1. Yeah, I use shampoo color. I use that too to keep my blue. So yeah, definitely. All right, so we're gonna allow her to process with this for 20 minutes. I'm just using all the color that I have in the bowl instead of wasting it. Just make sure that we cover everything up. All right, Mom. You want to stay back here or you want to sit in the front?
I can see you.
Okay. All right, you guys, we're gonna go to the front while my client is processing for about 20 minutes. I'm just gonna go ahead and curl my hair. I mean, might as well. Why not? I'm literally sitting here, so I'm gonna bring you guys to do the do with me. Okay. See if this is going back to where it needs to be now. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and curl my hair. You guys can tell I cut it down, or I got it cut down a lot, but I'm keeping my length on the top. I want my top to stay nice and long. So I like my sides and my back to be super short. Me personally, I don't really care for the hair on the sides and the back. That makes sense. The link is on our YouTube community page. All right, so we're gonna spray a little bit of holding spray. Which for those of you that don't know, we actually have been working on our own holding spray. Thank you. How often can you wash relaxed hair at home? I would honestly say like every 10 to 14 days. That's a good rule of thumb for when you need to wash. Every 10 to 14 days. Thank you, Carla. I appreciate you. No, you're washing it. I mean, every other week is actually good. No, you're doing good. Every other week is fine. There's nothing wrong with every other week. That's still 10 to 14 days. So that's actually perfect. Now, what you're using to wash it every 10 to 14 days is also a big part of this. So you definitely want to make sure that you are using the right products that are beneficial to your hair. Specifically, like if you are relaxed, I would definitely say you need to have the hair repair collection and the biotin collection in your arsenal. Star, the girls are doing well. They are actually getting prepared for the trip. So they have to, they've been working the school concession stand, that kind of thing, to help fundraise towards their trip as well. And then, of course, for everybody who had purchased, you know, the domino sets and the coasters, thank you so much to everybody. That has also been paid towards their trip. So the girls have been, you know, in fundraise mode. I'm super proud of them because, you know, I'm trying to teach them that money does not grow on trees. And mom can't give you money every single day and think that you don't have to do anything for it. I want them to be grateful for what they have and understand that humility is the biggest part of this. Don't be, you know, because God blessed you with a mom who works her butt off all the time, you think that, you know, you don't have to contribute anything towards that. Absolutely not. You're going to do something. I don't care which one it is, but you're going to do something. I would like to know when I put semi-color on my hair, why my hair seems to be dry. So your hair is probably dry from the beginning. It's not necessarily the color. And then also after you do the color, are you conditioning and shampooing right after you do your color? Because more than likely, you know, sometimes those hair colors, like those semi-permanents, sometimes they do leave the hair feeling kind of hard. So for me, whenever I am doing a semi-permanent, I traditionally will rinse the semi-permanent color out. And then I will also do a very mild shampoo with one of our Elite Hair Care shampoos, really just depending on, you know, what the hair needs. And then I will do a quick conditioner. Number one, what that's going to do is it's going to get that excess color off the hair, because sometimes it still leaves that cast of color on there like a film. Number two, it's going to keep the hair nice and soft and hydrated, because hair color is still a actual, like a product, right? It's not a product that is going to soften the hair. It's a product that is made to do exactly what it's supposed to do, which is color the hair. So definitely making sure that you're using products that are specific to, you know, what your hair needs. That's going to be the most important part of it. So if you're relaxed, I'd say, you know, hair repair. If you're natural, I'd say moist repair. My daughter's hair is dry and brittle when we get it relaxed once a month. Why are you relaxing her hair once a month? That's probably why it's dry and brittle. You are over processing that hair. So tell me, what's the purpose of you relaxing it every month? Like, why? Who told you to do that? Who told you that she needed a relaxer every single month? Because that's just ridiculous right there. That's reckless. If a stylist is actually doing that every month. But I want to know first. I'm so proud of you. The one thing is being a good mother, and you're all of your full-time jobs. Thank you. I'm proud of me too. So thank you so much. I'm learning to be proud of me. When you go so long not being able to celebrate your own wins, celebrate your own success, because you are afraid that it's going to offend the other person, you learn to just stop doing it in general. Thank you. I have several of your shampoos. Maybe I need to narrow to one of your shampoos. You probably do need to narrow down, be more specific to what you need. Hold on, guys. Hello? Hello? Okay. I'm gonna waste my time. Thank you, Lily. So you guys know I've been always the red hair or just solid black or solid brown. And, you know, I said, you know what, I'm going to step outside the box. My shortcut is already unique. So now, you know, what else could I do to keep my uniqueness? And I chose to color it. So now I've gotten into coloring it a little more often than normal. I'm in the UK. I had bad breakage post surgery, hair thin too. How can I get your products? How do I order, please? So Karen, we actually have a distributor in the UK by the name of Olive. If you go to Elite Hair Care Europe or Elite Hair Care UK, she actually has all of our products available for you, where you don't have to pay the astronomical shipping, that kind of thing. So you can actually get our products right there in the UK without having to order from the US. And she has all of the products there available. Her name is Olive. She knows her stuff too. Honestly, that's how I grew up, with my mom relaxing my and my sister's hair. Hello, you big back blue-headed. Oh, Jesus. Hey, somebody said I got a big back, big back. Big back, big back. That's the nicest greeting I've had in a long time. How do you find her? Never ordered before. So if you go to Elite Hair Care Europe or EliteHairCareUK.com, you'll be able to get to her. So she actually has a authorized website. that you can order on, and she has all of our Elite Hair Care products for sale in the UK. All right. The best products between relaxers, you can use our B7 collection. You can use the hair repair collection, either or. It just really just depends on, you know, what your hair needs. Is it strengthening? Is it damaged? If it's damaged, then I would say the hair repair collection. If it's more strength, because fine textured hair is traditionally the weakest hair type, then I would say the B7 collection. You also need to definitely make sure that you have our Repair RX protein treatment, because that is definitely going to be a big one. That one you definitely need. All right, so I'm using our combo edge brush. Hold on, guys. I ordered from Olive here in the UK. She's very, very polite. If you email her, she'll reply to you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Pack. All right, so now I'm just kind of just roughing up my hair, getting it all fluffed out, which is really all I do. I don't really do anything else. And then from here, I will spray it, and that is all. I mean, I don't really do anything else to it. So I make it nice and hard. I actually need to get my other blow dryer because I use the diffuser. So you guys hold on. So I use two different blow dryers, which I use the Dyson, and then I also use ours. So I'm starting with our Elite Hair Care Spritz, which this one is a light hold. It doesn't make the hair super hard. So I start with that just to kind of set my hair. You can use it to curl and everything. And then I follow it up with the liquid crack. Now, if you know anything about Crystal and Crystal's hair, I perspire so bad that the middle will cave in at some point. So I have to use a lot of sprays. But when I tell people my hair has and always is the healthiest that it has ever been since me launching my own brand of products, period. Like, my hair grows really quickly. I love my shortcut, but my hair is so healthy. I have no complaints. So I'm going to use my flow comb. For those of you that don't know, this is our flow comb. And then I just kind of use it to just kind of lift my hair wherever it needs to be lifted. I don't lift it too much because I know that over time it's going to go flat. And then when I wake up in the morning, I just kind of lift it up and keep moving. And then with my sides and back short like this, I don't have to really worry about anything else. I can see. All right, look. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, ha, ha. You guys don't pay me any attention. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to rinse out my client's color. I'm not going to bring you guys back there. Well, no, I will. For the sake of the person who asked about, you know, why their hair is hard. Sometimes when they are... when they do a semi-permanent color, I'm actually going to bring you with me. So I want you to see the process of what you do so that you don't have that problem. Now, to finish my hair off, I'm going to spray it with some Goddess polish. I love my hair to be super glossy and shiny. If you haven't used our Goddess polish, you better get you some. That's the finisher to every style. Yes, Donette's hair, like Donette's her website. Donette's channel is blowing up. Shout out to Hair Care by Donette, who's also my friend, who was also the person who gave me the area to even love hair care. I was her assistant for many years. Only the strong survive. Shout out to Toya. But Donette is the reason why I'm so gifted in hair care, because she was so hard on me. Like, she was a beast. We used to hate her. Like, we would just cry. But guess what? The two people that were her assistants that actually made it with her are two very successful people. So shout out to my homie Toya, who has the samurai wrap. And then Donette, who she is now building her YouTube with my help. She has achieved monetization already in less than 6 months. She's been monetized by just following your girl, following what I taught her. Push back in the bowl for me, mama. All right, so right now I'm rinsing out the semi-permanent color. Now, if you can tell, her hair is not soft and flowy at all. It actually feels very rough, right? Because the color did what it was supposed to do. The color's job is not to hydrate your hair. The color's job is to color the hair. Now, your job is to rehydrate the hair, but because we are all so afraid because it says you can't use any water or don't put anything else, no, you can't. Now, this is our new and improved Moist Repair shampoo that also has snail mucin in it. So for those of you that have been so worried about us getting rid of the low porosity collection, that is because we have enhanced Moist Repair collection. So come 420, which is our anniversary, the new Moist Repair, which is the new and improved, will be available for you. And it now contains that snail mucin to make it even more hydrating, right? And it leaves the hair super soft. So right now, I'm literally just giving her a quick shampoo, making sure that I get any excess color off. Come on back for me. I'm also going to be using cool water when I rinse her, because remember, when you're washing clothes, what water temperature do they say to use when you wash clothes? When you wash colored clothes, what water temperature are you supposed to use? Now, we don't use it. We are supposed to use cold water when we are washing colored clothes. Why is that? Tell me why we're supposed to use cold water. Do you know why? We use cold water because what happens to colored clothing when you use warm water? What does it do to the color?
The color fading.
The color fades. So we use cold water to lock the color. That is the reason why when you are rinsing your colors, specifically semi-permanent, you are to be using cold water because you are locking in the color. You're stopping it from running and fading. If you use warm water, you are just moving the color around. Okay, so you're closing the cuticle and you're locking the color in. Now, is it the most comfortable? No, hell no, it's not. But it's definitely, one of those things where you always want to make sure that you're using it. Now, this is our hair repair, our new and improved hair repair conditioner. We're working on the color right now. We're not a big fan of the color. So it's not going to be this purple, but the color has nothing to do with the way it works, right? So this is the hair repair conditioner because if I shampoo the hair, I need to condition the hair. That's very important. If you shampoo, you need to condition. Shampoo is going to be a dehydrator because its job is to cleanse first. Conditioner is going to be the moisturizer and repair exactly what you lost. Come back to me. And then you're still going to use cool water. Okay? So again, cool water. Now, of course, you are going to see color in the bowl, in the sink. Okay? That's the inevitable. But the hair is going to feel a lot softer. You're going to notice that your hair is a lot better moving. And it's not going to feel so hard because you don't have foreign objects on the hair. And now you're trying to blow dry hair that is extremely hard, extremely rough, and it has no moisture content into it. So you have to rehydrate the hair after your color. Okay, Mama, sit all the way up for me. And then you can go to my chair so I can trim you and start your waves and all that stuff. So she's getting waves, you guys. So I'm gonna take you guys to the front. I don't wash my hair every day. That is utterly ridiculous unless you have a boy cut. There's no absolute way you can wash your hair every day, you guys. Like, it's just not supposed to happen. You're gonna dehydrate that hair really bad. And then your biggest problem is gonna be, man, my hair is super dry. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and trim her. As you guys can tell, her hair has grown a lot. Okay, I didn't spray any leave-in conditioner on her yet because I'm gonna trim her first. Now, just because she has short hair, that doesn't mean that you don't still trim. Yes, you do still trim, okay? In some areas, we will cut. Like her, do you want the sides to stay long or you want the sides and the back short?
The back short.
You want the sides short too? Okay. So just leave the top, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to cut down a lot of that hair that's on the sides. Now, hairstylist lesson here. There is an area for you to determine where you start your cut. It's called the parietal ridge. There's a big ridge here. Where you see the parietal ridge is where you begin your haircut. If you do not follow the anatomy of the head and you just start cutting, you run the risk of giving your client a mohawk. And we're talking a very Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle mohawk, right? And I'm sure they would not appreciate that very thin looking hair sitting up there like that. So, here you go, Mama. So you definitely have to make sure that you are sectioning off the hair. That is hairstylist 101. Some stylists don't even know that there's a such thing as the anatomy of the head. But, there is. Okay? So I'm just going to go by and really just trim these areas. Now, for the sides and the back, this is not considered a trim. This is more a cut because we are not going with, just the hair that's split. We're really actually cutting for style, especially with short hair. So that is normal. Okay, with short hair, that is normal. said you want to know how to get your curls back. Where did your curls go? What happened to your curls? Hi, Grace. So I had to text her and be like, hey, are you not moderating for me anymore or something? Did I miss something? She's like, well, I don't really know when you're on. So that was an eye opener that I'm not on my normal self of being on YouTube all day long as I used to do. So I definitely need to get back into that realm. Well, geez, she popped in for 32 seconds. I'm gone. Wow, look at that.
Thank you so much, Christine. I
Oh, no
appreciate
problem.
you.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna spray her down with some Hydra Strength leave-in spray. And then before I actually get started with her waves, I'm going to also add some of our Super G serum to her hairline. Come back from you, right where she has that thinning. And this is not going to interfere with the style. It actually absorbs very quickly. And this is definitely to help with that stagnated growth. Now she has growth. It's just not the level of growth that we want. Okay. And then I'm going to use our Elite Silk Wrap Foam to do her wave style. Now this is comb waves, not necessarily finger waves. Because her hair is short. And then to make it even more pliable, I'm going to spray it with some water. Chin down this way for me a little. Thank you, Johnny. Or Joni. No, someone was saying something on here about a product. Thank you, guys. All right, so we're gonna spray her with some water just to get rid of the foam. Okay, and then we're gonna also spray her with some spritz now so that when she goes under the dryer, that her hair will start getting hard. So I'm actually gonna be using our Elite Hair Care Spritz. It's buildable, so you can build on this, get harder and harder. So I always start with, you know, a good spray at the beginning. Yes, it's a lot, but remember, she's not combing these out. Okay, and then last step is spray her with some Goddess polish. Keep it nice and shiny. And then she will go under the dryer just like this, where her hair does not touch the dryer. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, give me just a second. Let me sweep first.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. All right, you guys. So we are gonna do another relaxer, which her hair is thriving. By the way, this hair is nice and long. Yes, ma'am. Her hair is thriving. Now, if any of you have watched Bonica on my channel, you know that her hair has grown so much. It's crazy the level of growth that she has. The hair is going to be down her back. It's already down the back. So Alyssa, it's kind of a couple different things in regards to your hair. I would say to take our hair care quiz specifically. I think that would be more beneficial to you because it can be a number of different reasons. But curls don't just come back. So if the curls are gone because of heat damage or something of that nature, those curls don't come back. What happens is you now have to grow that hair back out. make an order for 90 scarves and then fulfill the order. Make sure the order is at $0, and you can put me as the order person. Well, actually, no. Actually, no. I will send you the address that they need to go to, and the order will go in that name. Thank you. No, the perfume oils and all of our Le Pure scents will not be restocked. So we're actually going to be having a bundle, kind of like clearance bundle sale, where we will be packaging different bundle kits that have different items in them and basically selling those for minimal price, because everything on that site has to go, because our focus is definitely the relaunch and Elite Hair Care at this point. So all of that stuff will be going fairly soon. So whatever you see left is what we have, and then that's it. So even our body care products, whatever you see left there, that's all we have. So much going on. Miss a few salon days. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like the salon is definitely a slept on place now. People try to do everything themselves, but everything you can't do yourself, you guys. And I don't recommend relaxing yourself. I don't recommend doing any form of chemical services yourself. You need to go to a professional that really does understand the hair. Not everybody is a professional, guys. So just because somebody says that they're a cosmetologist and they have a license, that doesn't mean that their specialty is in hair care. Their specialty might be the finish. Their finish is so beautiful, right? You can have a beautiful finish, but then the actual client's hair looks like crap. They just know how to make it look beautiful. You can overlap doing your own relaxer. Absolutely. That's one of the biggest parts, overlapping. And also the amount of time it takes you to actually do the relaxer. That's another big part of it too. All right. So now that the relaxer is on, what I'm gonna do is just go through and smooth her hair out. Okay, I'm just using my spatula, just making sure that not just putting it on and leaving it, you guys. You actually have to smooth it. You're telling the hair what to do. If you leave the hair kinky, it's going to relax with a nice kink in it. Okay.
Sleepy.
Says sleepy. All right, you guys. So I'm going to let everybody go. I have a call that I have to take, but I will talk to everybody later. Hey. How you feeling?